From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Thunderstorm League of Racing from Nashville Superspeedway. It's the Smashville 140. In the broadcast booth with me, joining us once again, it is Mike Campiggio. Mike, how are you doing? How's your Wednesday?
Hey AJ, how you doing? Glad to be back. Excited for some Nashville Superspeedway racing here tonight. My Wednesday's going pretty well. How's your Wednesday going?
Better now that we're here broadcasting. I always love watching the Thunderstorm League of Racing run laps pretty much anywhere. Coming off a great race 2 weeks ago from Kentucky. Should have a couple more people joining us in the broadcast booth, but until they get here, it's going to be us two. Going to have a lot of fun. Right now, Chase Schaefer and Landon Williams are P1 and P2 in practice, followed by Dalton Fredericks, Sam Hines, River Page, and let's see, Alex Anderson is 6th. 7th, it's Mason Moriarty. Randy Cornwell, 8th. 9th, Zach Deuscher, and 10th, Ian Slager. So as people are winding down in practice and those lap times have been really put out there, what have you noticed with this very hot and slick track?
Well, so far, AJ, I've noticed a lot of guys slipping and sliding around, especially in the middle of the corners. And I think that's going to be a storyline we're going to have to watch tonight. Nashville Superspeedway is a concrete track, especially with how hot the temperature is. Tire wear is going to be very key tonight, especially later in a long green flag run. So that's something I'm really keeping an eye on tonight.
Yeah, that's something I would 100% keep a lookout for, because it seems like the minute they hit that green flag, by the time they get turn one, the tires are already crap. So look for them, try to do their best to really save tires and protect those Goodyear Eagles. But with just about 10 seconds left in practice, we're going to head to qualifying, and that's where a lot of the fun is really going to begin, because they get 2 laps. They're done after that first one. I doubt we're going to see anybody out there today get better on their second lap unless they have royally messed up their first.
And I think that's a good observation to have, too, because that first lap is really the lap you want to nail, just because of how quickly the tires will wear with how hot it is.
Well, everybody, you saw my name pop up there. Hit that like button on Facebook. Comment. You'll come talk to us. Also, if you share it out on Facebook, you'll get the nice Stone Cold Steve Austin, too. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe button as well. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Right now, it looks like Dalton Fredericks has taken to the track for his qualifying run. Feeling that was Mike hitting that like button now.
It was.
So, the racetrack is a 1.33 mile of a racetrack. Roughly, we'll get about 30 seconds to about 33 seconds a lap time. And they're going to run it like a normal Superspeedway coming up to this go lap. Take the high side and shoot right down to the bottom. You're going to see Dalton, because we're going to stick with him, kind of a nice ride around. He's going to try his best in these turns to stay right on that yellow line. If you bump off of it just a tad, you're going to be off the pace. So you got to really be careful coming out of turn 2. It gets really tight, and the car feels it get really tight. As he's coming out of turn 4, Dalton Fredericks to the line, scrapes the wall. That might negate his whole first lap. Does it? No, it doesn't. P1 so far. Gonna look at Alex Anderson. He's gonna hit the wall as well, but pretty good lap on his first attempt. Chase Schaefer goes P2 with a 30.70. Mason Moriarty to third. Dalton now out of turn 4. Let's see if he gains. Is he gonna prove me wrong? Yeah, no, he didn't prove me wrong. I feel a lot better with what I was saying now. Phew!
Smart. Very smart.
Yeah, I was feeling it for a second. I didn't know if it was actually going to happen or not. Chase Schaefer for his second lap. Does he improve? Yes, he does, but stays P2.
You know, AJ, is one thing you were talking about right there. That turn 4 wall is something we got to watch too. Especially the wall just loves to come out and bite these cars and these drivers if they're not really paying attention to that wall. It just, because of the angle of the wall, and especially if you're later in the run when the tires get worn out, your front end really wants to drift up to that wall.
Yeah, we've seen that with a couple drivers just in qualifying alone. It's going to be a lot worse in the race. Philip Bridgman, after his first lap, will go P12. Zach Murtis goes 10th. He was racing all the way home so he can race tonight. Kudos to him. Hopefully he didn't break too many laws. Having a little fun with some of the drivers in here. Ooh, he's a little loose in 3, and he is well off the bottom in 4. Goes all the way to the wall. Hopefully he improves from his 10th place starting position. And survey says... no, he's going to stay 11th, even though he did get a little bit better. Kyle Ether, 14th position, down the backstretch. Oh, that's a nice looking Ford Mustang. Throwback to Greg Biffle there. Kyle, close out qualifying for him. What's he got? And he's going to stay right there at a 31.28. Landon Williams, his first lap will go P6, a 30.77. Mike, what are you noticing with these qualifying times?
A lot of what I'm noticing is that second lap, some of these guys are really not improving, but some of them are. And I think a lot of it has to do is how aggressive you want to be on the first lap out there. Do you want to give it your all on the first lap, or do you want to try to save a little something for that second lap to say, you know what, first lap was slow enough, but I can really improve on the second lap and get a better time.
As Landon's going to cut the track, does he improve? I think he's going to stay right there to 30.77, right for 6th place. Michael Eckhart taking a step out of the race control booth for the week. Noah Wilson is back. Eckhart out of turn 4 to the line. Ooh, 17th. 17th spot right after his first lap. He's going to really need to get on that gas pedal and get going. Into turn 4, you see that 26 Bass Pro Shop Chevy Camaro. Oh, he's really loose.
Ooh, what a save right there off turn 4.
Get this man some brown pants.
And that's something we're going to see tonight too, AJ, is turn 4, even if you get up to the wall, there's a chance that, like we saw right there, you will snap and get loose off that corner.
Yeah, you really got to be careful. And that is basically everyone but Joe Thompson and Harrison Chandler to put down a lap time. And it looks like right now Dalton Fredericks is going to be your pole winner tonight here at Nashville Superspeedway. What's going on, Devin? Thank you. Hey, Chase, I know how you do the Good Morning Vietnam in YouTube. Ever thinking about doing it in Facebook too? Because we now broadcast to 2 platforms. Would be 3 if I could figure out how the F to get Twitch to work. And not just showing it radio style. But here we go. We are gridding, getting ready for 106 laps around this 1 1/3 miles. Let's run down your starting lineup. Dalton Fredericks sitting on pole. Chase Schaefer, P2. River Page in the 89 Ford Mustang is going to start 3rd. Mason Moriarty in 4th. Sam Hines 5th. In 6th place, it's Landon Williams. 7th place, it's Frank Hughes. Anderson, sorry. That's the Fox guy that I was just saying. Alex Anderson in 8th. 9th, Randy Cornwell. And in 10th, Philip Bridgman. Mike, you want to take us from 11th to 21st?
Sure. In 11th place, we have Zach Deuscher. In 12th place, we have Zach Murtis. In 13th, we have the 97 of CJ Allman. In 14th, we have the number 69 of Ian Schlager. And in 15th, we have Devin Mosley. And in 16th, we have the number 16, Kyle Ether. In 17th, we have Michael Eckhart. In 18th, we have the number 79 of Ted Decker Jr. In 19th, we have the number 7 of Jared Manning. In 20th, we have the 29 car of Harrison Chandler. And to round out the field tonight in 21st is the number 12 of Joe Thompson.
So we have a good 21 car field tonight. All right, I know it's just you and I here right now. Peyton, who are you picking? Not Peyton, sorry. Mike, Derp.
I'm going to go, AJ, I'm going to go with tonight. Let's go Mason Moriarty, who's starting P4.
That's a pretty good pick. He's always fast when he chooses to race. I'm going to take a real low-hanging fruit, and I mean really a low-hanging fruit. He's going to start P2 tonight. We know he's always good on tires, always good when it comes to mileage. Just unfortunately gets caught up in some things. I'm going to go with the 99 of Chase Schaefer.
Oh, that's really thinking outside the box there, AJ.
Yeah, I told you, it was very much a low-hanging fruit. So we've already gotten the 1 to go. That pace truck is going to hit pit road momentarily. And we're going to go green here for the Smashville 140. There it goes. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, just waiting on Barney the Flagman. And there he goes. We are green here in Nashville. Off into turn number 1, still side by side. Dalton Frederick on the inside. Chase Schaefer holding serve on that outside. River Page looking to cut in behind the team. And it looks like that outside works.
That was a very impressive move right there by Chase Schaefer on that outside line.
So I want to bring up one of my broadcasting best friends and best friends in real life. It's Mr. Gary Wells. Gary, how you doing tonight?
Oh, doing really good. I was here for the start, so that's good.
I had no clue if you were ready or not, so I was just gonna go and then message you to see if you were ready or not.
I was ready. We good. But I'm gonna pick. Can I make my pick? Is it too late?
No, go for it. We haven't had a wreck
I was
yet.
here, but you know. I'm gonna go with the meme. Ian Slager, 69. Nice. Caution already.
Ooh, CJ Almond.
No, say it ain't so. Not the Zaxby's guy.
Speaking of
it's the
Zaxby's, I've had
guy.
Zaxby's once, and it was really good. And then I came back up north and then never had it again.
Right.
But here it is.
See how that works.
CJ Almonds in the 97 gets tight and then gets clipped by Michael Eckhart.
Yeah, got clipped by Eckhart there a little bit, but you know they all keep going, and they do have a fast repair. So
They do. There's a little bit of damage on CJ Almond's right rear, but other than that, that's it. Let's actually take a look at Michael Eckhart's front end. Oh yeah, his front end's a little messed up. That
He's
Chevy
probably gonna
Camaro's a
wanna-
little compacted.
yeah, he's gonna want to come in and get some repairs and/or take that fast repair. So he's gonna be struggling for aero there for a little bit. Was gonna mention there at the start, I did see a couple of guys about 12th on back were kind of hitting that wall there at the exit of 4. To your point there, Mike, earlier during qualifying, it is gonna be a tricky spot. Either one of two things happen. You either get back into the gas too early and you hit that wall coming out of turn 4, or you get loose coming out of turn 4 because you get back into the gas too late and you're trying to steer and be back in the throttle. So that's going to be a wild card spot because you think you have more room to the outside wall than what you actually have. So as we see pit stops already here with a few of these guys, 16, 69, 26.
I'd be curious to see if we see drivers just take fuel only since we've only gone 2 laps.
Yeah, I think you might see some fuel only calls here. Just to kind of shrinking that window a little bit. I don't know what the fuel window is here. I would imagine probably about at least 50 laps. Whether these guys can, go on that with their tires, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys decide to do. And it looks like Eckhart has taken his fast repair already.
Yeah, that might have been on purpose
Actually,
or by accident. No,
he did not take the fast repair. He still got damage. He just repaired it.
Yeah, it does look a
He's
little
saving
bit better.
that for a good old time later.
You know, Gary, to talk about your tires point of view that you just came up with, they do have 4 sets of tires tonight. So there might be a little bit of strategy being played out with those amount of tires.
Well, and some of these guys might be taking their tires now, just to see. But, you also run that risk if you take your tires now on lap 5. If lap 95, we get a caution, you don't have any tires, so that kind of flips the track position. And depending on how that last run went, you could be what they say, screwed on tires.
I remember that. That was fun.
But with this track being 95 degrees right now
High.
these tires, they might fall off very quickly. So those that might have taken tires on this pit stop, it might benefit them for at least the early portion of it. We're just going to wait and find out. This track is just such an unknown at this stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you scare the living crap out of the guy that puts on the show.
Really lying.
Peyton Sweet, everybody.
Yeah, had some technical issues, but we've temporarily resolved it for now, just so that we can be here for the broadcast. So glad to be here with you, gentlemen, and hopefully we have a good race here. 106 laps. I'm excited.
I feel like I should go change
Yeah,
my freaking
and that-
underwear.
Yeah. Well, and that move that Schaefer pulled on the start, there's not going to be much of a second groove here. Nashville Superspeedway in the past has pretty much proven that it's a Las Vegas and Dover Speedway love child. That's how they came up with this racetrack. And so really, with that being said, there's only one lane, maybe a lane and a half here. You really want to keep your car wrapped around that yellow line in the corners here. So the fact that Schaefer was able to pull that move, really impressive. I think we'll see more of that on these restarts and early runs where you can make some passes on the outside. But really, you're going to want to set up your passes for the exit of the corners here and stay to the bottom.
Well, everybody, pace truck is off. Chase Schaefer, River Page, a front row.
Shocker.
Right, shocker. I was kind of going to throw that in there as well. And Dalton Fredericks already looking to the inside of River Page. Early on, that outside has been golden, but Dalton throws it in there in turn 1. Can he hold it for turn 2?
Dalton was saying, hey, I'm here. Rivers was ready to slam the door on him, but Dalton had other plans. He said, hey, I'm here. I ain't moving.
And River on the outside. It looks very strong to that outside, Gary.
Yeah, and like I said, you're going to see that here early on when the tires are new, because you can do that, but you have to be really, really careful, because that will burn up your tires running that outside lane.
I mean, this racetrack in general is going to burn up your tires.
Yeah, and concrete just does that to you. It doesn't have a whole lot of grip as is, so when you get out here and you're running about 150 miles an hour going into 3 and about 170 going into 1, it's going to burn up your stuff in these corners, so you really got to hit your marks here really good in order to make lap time here.
Yeah, and I was talking to Dalton during the practice session, and he was talking about how running during those longer runs, he's trying to hug that yellow line as much as he can. And I think that's just kind of keep those tire wear just to last just a bit longer. You seem to make it work. I mean, he's third right now, so hopefully we'll see how it works for the longer run.
Yeah, you want to do this thing called Harvicking, and that's, backing up your corners early, getting down as close to that yellow line as you can, so we have another accident.
Let's see what it is.
What we got, AJ?
Looks like Ted Deckard Jr.
Oh, not Ted. I'm going to do that for every wreck now.
Once again, it looks like Michael Eckhart might be in it.
Come on, Michael. Why are you wrecking everybody? Go back to the tower.
Oh, what a hard hit right there.
That was a very hard hit.
Thank goodness for that safer barrier.
Looked like they just locked tires, and it just sent the Ted just going in the air.
Who was the secondary car that hit Ted?
97 is
I think that was the inverted number of the 97.
CJ Almond. So we're going to back it up. We're going to take it in car with...
I think he hit him. Oh, yeah, he hit him.
Oh, he definitely hit him.
He
did more than hit him.
Oh. He dead.
Probably.
Is Ramler on site? Do we know?
Like, here's the view from Deckard. Spinning like a top. He had to jump the pit road.
And really nothing
There's no hope from there. That blew his motor.
And here it is from CJ Allman.
And you can look, that looks like just Eckhart from that point, and just trying to find a gap in the middle there, and really just didn't probably see Deckard there on his left, and just locked tires and sent all in for a spin.
How hard of a hit CJ Allman took with Ted Deckard,
he got no damage.
It doesn't look that bad. What's going on, Ronaldo John? Thank you for the thumbs up in the chat. Appreciate you, pal.
And I'll say this too. I mean, like, I think in Eckhart's situation there, he saw a hole for 3 wide, and it was really, maybe a half a car width instead of a full car width. I think the inside car there was just, of Deckard was just trying to move up and run his normal line, where Eckhart was thinking of an opportunity to pass.
AJ, as you bring up how CJ Allman got a little bit of damage from that, or hardly any damage. You know what he's driving? He's driving a Ford, and you know what they are? They're built Ford tough.
Or found on...
Fix or repair daily.
There you go.
Well, as a result of Eckhart causing that
returns on
there,
foot. Oh, sorry.
As a result of that accident there, it looks like Race Control gave Eckhart an end-of-line penalty here for this restart. So, early mistakes here. I think Eckhart needs to check what he's doing here and just try to rebound here for the rest of this race.
Throw the hammer, Noah! Throw the hammer!
Throw the hammer, throw the book, throw the wrench.
Throw the kitchen sink.
Insert foot.
Into mouth? I mean, what?
Hold on now.
We're having fun up here
No, I'm
tonight.
just kidding. I'm kidding.
We're having a lot of fun up here tonight. I'm Agent Capoli, got Gary Wells, Peyton Sweet, and Mike Cambiggio up in this reinforced broadcast booth.
Thank goodness for the AC, by the way.
Yeah. And thank
I don't
God,
need AC. I just need to open my window.
thank God you all showered.
I just need a beer.
I got one. I got a platinum right here. So with everything's been going, you have Jarrett Manning sitting on pit road. He doesn't look to have damage, or a lot of damage, and he's sitting there. Ted Deckard is away, and we're about to go green, boys.
Indeed, we are.
Time to bring the action again.
Yep. Just waiting for the restart zone.
And
there
we're
we
back at
go.
it.
Schaefer putting the hammer down there, pulling away quickly from River Page in second.
Yeah, River able to get in line that time for second spot.
Actually, we're going to drop back to River Page here. Because he has Dalton Fredericks all over that back bumper.
Sam Hines is a good run on the outside of Landon Williams, taking the fourth spot.
And Sam's been, I know he's a new addition to the league, but he's been really rock solid since the start of the season. Had a couple of good runs here the last couple of races, so he's looking really good. I think he's going to win sooner than what everybody thinks.
Yeah, he's been really.
Oh, we got
putting a lot
trouble.
of-
Turn one.
Again?
What a save.
Ian Slager. Oh, and there goes CJ Allman in the wall.
Oh, no.
Ladies and
CJ
gentlemen,
Allman is
we're going to back that up.
CJ Allman is not having a good race tonight.
Ooh, the
He is
16
not.
of Kyle Ether looks to get in. We're still green, everybody. But look at this save by Ian Slager.
Yeah,
just-
I don't think he was anticipating.
And then CJ Allman. Ugh.
I just don't think Ian was expecting Kyle to have that big of a run and be to his right rear quarter panel. I think it's just one of those situations where he thought he was clear, but he wasn't clear.
Hoping to get everything situated. We've had 2 cautions so far. Other than that, it has been a very entertaining event, as it looks to be very hard to pass, Gary. And I know you are, when it comes to racing on these sort of racetracks, the guy to talk to. What is it about Nashville?
It's kind of, I mentioned it's a Las Vegas Dover Speedway love child.
I threw Kentucky in there in mine.
I mean, that too, but it's just one of those things where,
Here
clean
goes
Air
Frank
is
Hughes to
king
the
here.
inside of Landon Williams.
Yeah, clean air is king here. You really, it's a mile. You kind of go at the speed of a mile and a half, but in the corners it kind of races like a short track. Aero is still dependent here, so you really have to make sure that when you make a pass, that you're able to, be able to clear them and that kind of thing. Because really here, the only place you're going to pass people is either the entry or the exit of the corner. You really can't run too wide here. I mean, it's just one of those places where it's like, you just wait for the guy to make a mistake in front of you, or you just find a way to get around it. And you see Dalton is all over the back bumper of that 89 on the entry to 1 there. Sam is ready to make his move, and here you really have to be calculated and set up your passes. And Sam's trying to do that, but Dalton's also trying to chase down that 89 as well. So it's going to be an interesting battle here for a second. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that.
They're still putting down decent lap times compared to what their fastest lap of the race are. I'm really wondering, and this is going to come into effect within the next 5 or so laps, that these front cars are burning off that rubber faster than some of the drivers, because Landon has fallen back four spots. Mason has fallen back 4 spots. I wonder if they sense this going to be a good-sized run, that they're like, go, I'll see you in 20 laps or so.
Well, and Landon always kind of prepares for that. That's just kind of his style, where he's going to prepare for a long run. He's going to fall back early, but then he's going to work his way up there the later part of the run. After that first, like you said, that first 20 to 25 laps, after everybody's burned up their stuff in the first half of the fuel tank, he's going to come back in the second half of the fuel tank, the second half of that run, and beat everybody. That's just kind of what he does. The way the 71 and the 45 are battling here, to me, it looks like the 71's faster. And I don't like it when I have a whole lot of pressure, especially lap 20 into a 105, 106 lap race. If I was Dalton here, I would just let him go. I would just let him go here, save my equipment, and save my tires. I think he got scared by the 71. He's peaking, and I don't think it scared him per se, but.
Peyton, what are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Well, going back to earlier with Gary's talking about how you really can't run too wide here, back about like lap 18 or 19, watching a battle between Mason Moriarty and in that well, not Mason Moriarty, the car behind him. I think that's
Zach Deutscher.
Yeah, in that 2 car or whatever that car is. He and the 22 of Randy Cornwall are battling, and for whatever reason, Zach had to chase up the track a little bit, make contact with the 22, and shot him back like 2 spots. So now Cornwall's sitting 11th behind Zach Murtis. Just an example of what Gary was talking about, where you can't really run too wide, and cars just can't handle it. And as a result, we saw the 22 just kind of get chased up the track and lost a few spots in the process.
All right,
yeah, Peyton, and it's not so much that the guys can't handle it. It's just more of one of those things where you just lose so much time trying to run side by side here, where you're better off, if you know that the guy's faster than you or slower than you, you're better off just letting each other go and practicing some give and take.
All right, we're going to go to Mike Campigio with a race update. Mike, what do you got for us?
Well, so far, everybody seems like they're taking their time with these tires. You got to think about it. These guys have had now 2 heat cycles on these set of tires with the 2 early cautions. There was an incident over the radio that the 71 was not happy with Dalton Fredericks. He did say that Dalton was chopping his nose off, so that's something to kind of watch for.
All right, Gary, I see a lot of stuff happen up front. Dalton and Sam Hines are side by side. As they're going to touch.
He puts him into the face. And that's just one of those things. I think both drivers in that moment could have been giving each other a little bit more room if possible. And that's where I go back to the lack of experience. Dalton should have let him go. He knew the 71 was faster in that moment. Just let him go.
Here.
You get him later. But I mean, right here you see the 71 clip the apron, it looks like a little bit, and he's just trying to chase it up the track, and Dalton just has nowhere to go and puts himself in defense.
You're looking at that 45, he's got some significant right side damage.
Yeah, he's got some significant right front damage. That hood is separated from the fenders, so he's going to try and repair it, I would assume. But worst comes to worst, he's definitely going to take a fast repair at some point tonight.
Well, if you could save it. If you need it, take it. But you only get one here. As we are 26 laps in, gonna run through your top 5.
Here comes 88. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna wait to run through that top 5 because that might change.
Yeah, he's got a good lane here on the 61. Was able to cut that wheel down to the left, coming out of turn 4, and had some momentum. And looks like he's got to pass that 61 pretty easily.
Yeah, Frank Hughes is a veteran on All-Star 15 TV. He races in the Monday Night Series. And if you guys watch it on Monday nights, he is a contender every single week. And it seems to go from the Gen 6 right to Xfinity. Still very fast.
Yeah, and those cars are pretty similar together. Low horsepower. A little bit less downforce with these Xfinity cars, but you kind of have the same mindset with the Gen 6 car as you would the Xfinity car, to a certain degree. But yeah, go ahead and run through your top 5. Sorry.
Let's go through the top 5. Right now, up front by just about a half a second over his teammate River Page, it's Chase Schaefer. Second, River Page. Alex Anderson in the 67 Toyota is sitting in third. Sam Hines right behind him in fourth. In fifth, Landon Williams. Now, I don't know about you guys. There was a little bit of a reason why I chose Chase Schaefer. It has to do with his number, 99. I'm a Yankee fan, and do you guys know what tomorrow is?
Opening day.
So excited. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be nice. Can't wait. Good luck to all 32 teams. Hopefully mine still wins in October, but we're going to get
every team but the Red Sox, right?
Absolutely. And the Mets.
I was gonna say, the Mets. Don't forget about your Mets.
I'm not gonna swear on stream, but bleep the Mets.
Can I just throw in that I say bleep the Chicago Cubs?
That's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But everybody, you're watching All Star 15 TV. I'm Agent Bullet, Gary Wells, Mike Capigio, Peyton Sweet, all up in the broadcast booth. We're going to take you a side-by-side to see the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast open in the commercial for the Thunderstorm League of Racing.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back, everybody. Looks like we had an issue on the front stretch.
97.
I think it was the 97 again. CJ Allman having all sorts of issues tonight. He was loose that whole turn. I'm going to watch it here.
Tokyo Drift down the front straightaway. I mean, the turn
Here he
3
comes
and
out of
4.
four. Gets stupid loose.
Looked like he was on one of those seams coming out of the corner of 4. I may just had too much on the gas there to send him around. One of those things I think, Gary, you talked about earlier where you're either going to chase it up the wall or you're just going to get really super loose on the exit.
Yeah, and it looks like he's never really been, like, his car and the way he's been driving it. He just hasn't looked really comfortable all night. Kind of one of those things where it looks like he's on top of the racetrack instead of in the racetrack. It looks like he's just never really had a good handle on the setup here tonight.
And it doesn't help he's got that damage from those wrecks earlier tonight, too. I mean, he had twice he was in a wreck, once with Ted Decker and the other with Ian Slager. So heavy damage to the car, plus just seemed like the bad exit just doesn't really seem like it made a good time.
You know, that's another thing. When you have a bad race like he's having tonight, it seems like every little thing is going to happen to you when you're having multiple incidents on one night, and you can't just break that luck.
Sounds like you'd know from experience.
Maybe once or twice, I do.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, speaking of
I
CJ
felt
Allman,
that.
he's on pit road here.
More bad luck. He actually
he
stopped his
speed?
car too early. No, he didn't even make it into his pit box. He was like half an inch from it.
Is he rage quitting? Oh, okay, there he goes.
Yeah, no, I think he's back on track now, or
Okay,
going to
alright.
be, but
Right on.
and he did say there is a driver's text chat. He did put this damage
Sucks.
explicit of sucks. Yes,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Ian Slager agreeing with him on that as well. So yeah, I mean, rough day for the 97. Hopefully he can rebound though. He's currently P19, 2 laps down.
I mean, it's just one of those things, man, where you get one damage here, one little bit of damage. It's almost like you have to take the faster pair. Even though this is only a mile and a third, we kind of said this is kind of a cross between an intermediate and a short track. Like I said, still very aero dependent, so you're almost just better off just taking the faster pair.
Sorry if y'all heard that. I ran
Looks
out
like,
of
we got a driver, a couple of drivers moving up through the field here, AJ. Zach Deutscher from 11th to 7th, and Zach Murtis from 12th to 9th so far. A couple of bigger movers, so to speak, and even Devin Mosley a little bit from 15th to 11th.
Actually, you got to look at Harrison Chandler from 19th from 20th to 13th in a really, really great car with autism awareness on it. Can't say enough with some of the drivers that run these kind of cars. I remember Isaac Wilson last year always had a military Mission 22 or autism awareness car. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the other people that have family.
Yeah, and we are approaching April being Autism Awareness Month, so good to see him throw that scheme out a little early. And you know, it is one of those hiccups along the road. Autism isn't easy to have and deal with, and those kind of things. And you know, it's good to see that he's helping to show awareness there by running that paint scheme.
Absolutely, and knowing people that have it, having family that have it, they're superheroes. They're 100% superheroes.
And look at this, guys. He made a nice move on Randy Cornwell. He'll take the 12th spot coming out of the turn 4. Just a great dive in his inside. Made it work all through 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, he was able to make it work really good right there. That's for sure. That was a great pass.
Here it is into 3 and 4, just like how Peyton said it. Ooh, looks like there was a tiny bit of contact too.
Maybe a little bit, but nothing too significant where, you know, nobody got up, put into the fence or anything like that. Just one of those things where it is part of Nashville here a little bit. You will get a little bit of contact at some point with somebody during the race.
And from the passes I've seen, it feels like you really have to send it into the corners there on the other guy to really try to make that pass work. Otherwise, if you don't, it doesn't make for a good time. So nice move there from the guy there, and obviously keep on trucking.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Peyton, it's almost like you got to almost, if you wanted to make the pass, even though you are faster than the guy, you almost kind of have to send it into the corner, a little overdrive into the corner in order to make that pass work.
I want to give a huge shout out to All-Star 15 TV sponsors, Wrestling Over Everything, and Drinking Bros Auto Racing, along with the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. Appreciate them sharing all the races on their channels. It means a lot, and more eyes on the product.
That's right.
And that is why I sent you those images, Gary, so I can get them in a certain spot.
Fair enough. I am the dumping ground for everybody.
That's not true. You're just one of the people I talk to the much.
It's pretty true. Peyton puts stuff in my inbox all the time. Karsten, you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Right now, though, looking at Chase Schaefer, he's pulling a whole second now ahead over his teammate there with River Page. Just really showing off a great run here as we get into the longer runs. And maybe would pit stops, green flag stops be in consideration here pretty soon, guys?
Absolutely. With how much they have slowed down from the get-go, and Chase Schaefer all the way down to right around that 10th place, they haven't pit yet, and they have slowed down almost about 2 seconds.
Yeah, you'll have that here at the Speedway. The tire fall off is very, very real. I mean, Dalton, after that damage, has fallen from being our pole sitter here tonight all the way back to what, 12th, 13th spot, 11th spot?
And they are coming down pit road now.
As long as Dalton doesn't lose a lap, I think he can recover and recover well.
Oh, absolutely. And we're starting to see some green flag pit stops here. I would not be surprised if we see a few of our front runners maybe back into the top 10 here start to come down pit road.
Yeah, and if you are going to pit, if you see people pit, that has to pull you in. Right, Mike? Wouldn't you expect that if you see other people pitting around your position, that has to pull you in? Because you're going to be 2 seconds slower a lap.
Oh yes, you're gonna have to pit as soon as you're racing with somebody you're close by. You got to come in and pit. You're losing too much time, like you said, with 2 seconds a lap slower. Fresh tires mean everything, so I'm assuming we're gonna see pit road be very busy here really soon.
Closest battle on the racetrack right now is the 6 of Mason Moriarty and Zach Deuscher. This is the position for 6th.
Yeah, I've been watching these guys the last couple of laps, and it's kind of interesting how you see one guy approach the corner versus the other. They're both trying to do the same thing, but you see Moriarty, he's kind of running about a lane higher, and it does work a little bit here as the tires fall off, but the way you see Deutscher getting into these corners, he's really doing a late apex and trying to get that thing as close to the bottom as he can. And that does create a better run for the exit of the corner.
I think it does as well, but it hasn't been working. Moriarty has been pulling away these last couple laps. I think that number 6 has saved a little tire when it came to the end of this run.
Yeah, I think he has a little bit as well. And like you said, 2 seconds of fall off. You know, you kind of have to go with where the group is. Like if you see like 61 of Frank Hughes, I believe he's coming down pit road. Well, not really. He's got the 5 right there to his inside there of Devin Mosley. But I mean, you're really going to start to see, you know, as one guy comes in, they're all going to come in. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys pick and choose their time to pit. Oh, there's almost contact between the 5 and the 61.
Punchboard
Now Dalton
Racing
Fredericks is in the middle of it here.
Punchboard Racing on Facebook gives the live stream a like. I know they got 2 drivers in the race. That's the 45 of Dalton Fredericks and the 88 of Landon Williams, with a little bit of help when it comes to the 5 of Devin Mosley.
A little bit of help there. I tell you what, though, I can imagine the 45 isn't going to be very happy when he sees that 71 again. I haven't heard anything on the radio, but I can just imagine.
And just looking at it as a commentator, I felt like they kind of met in the middle, and it was just hard battling gone bad. But you try
absolutely.
telling a driver that.
Exactly. We're nutcases behind the wheel.
So with pit stops looming, how do you think that we're going to shake out? Like, I would assume Chase Schaefer and River Page should have no problem getting on pit road, but then you got to fall back a little bit to possibly Alex Anderson, Sam Hines, where they're closer together. I'm always worried about pitting around people, you know, and this pit road is not as easy as some of the drivers are making it look.
Yeah, no, this is one of the tougher ones to get on in all of the circuit. I would say this one, Chicagoland, and Kentucky are all right there as far as level of difficulty to get onto pit road, and you kind of have to watch yourself because the bottom of the racetrack here, the apron and pit road, it's asphalt. You're going from concrete to asphalt, and that transition on hot old tires can be very, very tough.
Well, the 79 is pitting this time here. See how his entry was. He pulled off quickly off of turn 4 to get down into that looks like 45 mile an hour pit road speed.
Yeah, he seemed to get down there A-okay, and you see Landon now. Like we mentioned earlier, he's one of those guys that can really make some moves up through the field, and with a little bit of help of pit stops, he's able to get up here to the 3rd now, so he's hanging tough. And once these guys start to pit, it's gonna be interesting here. And I think some of these guys that pitted for fuel only under our first caution, I think they're sitting pretty good right now.
Yeah, so far your top 6 have yet to pit. You had Harrison Chandler, who last pit on 11, and then from Zach Murtis all the way back to the 13th position have yet to pit. Peyton, I know you had something. Go for it.
Well, I was going to say something about Landon Williams, but I want y'all to go back to lap 55. There was a contact between the 16 and the 26 of Michael Eckhart.
Yeah, surprised that didn't bring out a yellow there.
Oh, God. That would be because they're off the racetrack.
Yeah, Eckhart not happy there with the 16 there for whatever reason there. Just not really sure what would have...
He was the one that ran into him.
Yeah.
We got some drivers.
It looked like... It's hard to tell.
It looked like the 16 was getting loose and then just came across.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. The 16 was trying to say that he hit him. Well, yeah, he hit him to turn him down to the apron of the racetrack, but It looked like the 26 just took the air off the 16 spoiler, and Michael just kind of finished him off.
Well, looks like we got some green flag stops here. The Devin Mosley's in, Mason Moriarty's in, and Frank Hughes is coming in right now.
Yep, a lot of people. And Frank Hughes is a good one. He was hanging here at the back end of the top 10, and I think some of these guys are going to start paying attention and start to come down pit road here. I think guys like Murtis and Deutscher and Chandler here, when they all come down pit road, that's when it's really going to force these top 4 hands of making a move and coming down the pit road. And you will lose a lap here on pit road, at least 1 lap. So when you come down and pit, your expectation is that the cycle just needs to go green and circle out.
Well, as we were talking about green flag stops here, I wonder if Chase Scher's going to want to stop here soon. I told you guys really had a second lead over River Page. That gap's now down to 3/10. River Page is right on the back end of the 99 here.
Yeah, he's really closed down on him here, and I've been watching these guys the last couple laps as well. And River is kind of the opposite. Normally he burns his stuff up pretty quick, and Chase saves his stuff, but it's kind of looked like the opposite here late in the going.
You wonder what I'm thinking's happening? I think they're trying to make this on a one-stop complete race, even with the 3 green-white checkered attempts.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you pit here, you're definitely in the window, and you have some fuel for those green-white checkers. Ooh, River Page almost got pretty loose there.
I saw that. I got nervous for that 89. Or they're just trying to put as many people a lap down as possible.
Well, and also, if you do that as well, that does help you, so that when you do come down pit road, eventually you don't lose as much time.
And they have up to the 7th position 1 lap down. You got Chase Schaefer, River Page, Harrison Chandler, Zach Murtis, Zach Deutscher.
Trouble here, 61.
Really? Frank
61
Hughes
on the grass in the front stretch. What happened there?
He just pitted too, so I wonder if it was a cold tire situation that made him spin off.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it looks like, KP Joe. You pretty much hit the nail on the head there. It looked like he hit a bump in turn 4 and kind of just sent his car around. And the 97 also having issues too behind him.
He was already sideways, looked like coming out of turn 4, just right in the middle of just a 3. You start to see that car start to get loose, and it just goes around.
And it looks like there might have been a bump, or maybe he hit a seam or something. I'm not quite sure, but whatever he hit, definitely upset the race car.
Him not hitting anything is big, though. Does screw up a set of tires, but him not hitting anything is huge.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to help his cause. And now you're kind of back to square one a little bit, so to speak. Now you got to make up all that ground you just lost.
There's a battle for P1.
Chase is really struggling here, guys. Page is on the attack here. I wonder if he's going to try to make the pass here before their pit stops.
Well, 89, if he keeps it up, he's going to lose all that track position. He keeps burning what's left of that right rear off at the exit of 4. If he keeps it up, I'm going to see the Goodyear lettering there ingrained into the concrete as much as he's left right rear tire on the exit of these corners here, especially turn 4.
You know, turn 4 tonight has been calamity corner. We've seen it so many times in this race already.
Yeah, and turn 2. I mean, turn 2's had its fair share of a couple of mishaps as well, but you're right, Mike. I think turn 4 definitely been calamity for sure for a lot of guys.
And they have a 14-second lead on 3rd place. And that's Harrison Chandler in 3rd.
There was contact between Dalton Fredericks and Randy Cornwell.
I was just getting ready to say, but it looks like netcode. Hayden, I'm not quite sure.
It looked like on my end there was looked like netcode, but just not really any room there though. To be perfectly honest with you.
How far back was this? There it is.
Right here.
We have for 6th spot.
Dalton gets a great run on the outside here, and
watches
Dalton
just came out on new tires. I would imagine. I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That looked really weird.
River Page is screaming at people that are a lap down when he's trying to battle Chase Schaefer for the lead right now.
I mean, the people that are a lap down look a lot faster than he is. As he's coming off the racetrack.
He's going to pit road. Oh, boy. Got to get to 45 right there at that yellow cone. He's able to do so.
That's what I mean. This pit road is not the easiest to get on.
No, especially when you're an aggressive driver like River Page, he's going to send it as hard as he can. And that's the way to make up the most time.
That has to force Chase Schaefer to come in either this lap or next lap.
And he's
I
giving the
think
call. He's saying he's pitting this time.
He is pitting this time.
Well, I could see why River Page was being super aggressive getting in there on pit road because he lost a good amount of time to Chase Schaefer battling in that lap traffic.
Well, it really wasn't even a
absolutely.
battle. The 12 just sent on the outside. Really gave the 89, I felt like, a lot of room. Not sure what the frustration would have really been there from that, but the 2 is pitting this time as well with the 99. We'll see where how they all fall back in line here.
Well, if you're sitting on somebody's quarter panel, it really does mess with the aero a little bit here.
Harrison
Where it
Chandler's
really
gonna
can
assume
tighten up that
P1.
race car, and I think that's what River was upset about. Because he knows that, okay, yeah, you got new tires. If you're able to pass me, then pass me. Don't just sit here on my quarter panel.
Chandler's in P1. Randy Cornwell is going to take P2 for the time being, and Michael Eckhart looking at P3. Harrison with a great run, up 19 positions.
Yeah,
Watch
he's
turn
really
1
made a
here.
good run up through here.
See if River Page can get around Chase Schaefer. I think he's going to have him on the exit. I think he's going to have that pass
Shall
here.
He's at least going to have a good run.
He'll have a great run coming in 3. See if he's going to try to make the pass here. I think he's not going to get there. No, he doesn't.
Well, I think he might be able to get there. He's got more momentum just simply because he's been out a lap longer.
His tires are a lot warmer, so maybe.
Let's see what they can do here. Let's keep an eye on this. I think this is going to be the battle for the lead here after it's all said and done.
I like the way Gary thinks with this.
Arguably, these are the
And
2.
99 gets loose. Here comes the 89. There he goes.
Good.
And they're side by side halfway down the backstretch.
And the 89 is going to have the advantage.
And that 99's holding on to his rear quarter.
What a
Now
pass.
he's going to fall back in line here.
That was
The
a great
99's got the
pass.
crossover here.
Crossover maneuvers. Here they come.
Holy cow. One mistake by the 99 coming out of turn 2 is giving us his side-by-side battle entering turn 1.
99 just sends it, but I think that's the end of that battle there for now.
For now, I think Rivers is going to be like, all right, time to save tire again. I'll get you next time.
Randy Cornwell now on pit road. He's got a lot of damage on that 22.
He sure does. I mean, he got that contact with Dalton Fredericks a little while ago when Dalton had new tires, so even though it was net code.
Oh, trouble. Turn 2. Zach Murtis is around.
That's
gonna be a
going to
caution.
bring out your caution.
Oh, watch out. Somehow
You know,
he did not get hit by
I
anybody.
know we watched Top Gun last night, but holy cow, was that buzzing the tower.
Looks like the 61 and the O2 make contact. 61 hits the O2 in the left rear quarter panel, and that will bring out your caution.
Oh, he is bad. Zach
Oh,
Murtis is mad.
Zach is big mad. He
He's
said he's going to
mad.
intentionally wreck people. I'm just kidding.
I will say on the O2,
see what happens.
while he did burn up that set with that spin,
We
Carlos
still have another couple sets here. We haven't had a whole lot of cautions, so I mean, if he's only used a set or two, he's still
Don't
got
be
a set or
jinxing
two in the
us.
bank still.
Don't be jinxing us, Gary.
I'm sorry.
You
shut
better
up.
have some knock on wood by you there, Gary.
Yeah.
All right, good. We're safe now.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Did you hear that?
On board with Zach Murtis, and you see the bump happen.
Yeah, and looking at where they were line placement wise, Murtis did hold his line all through the corner there. The 61 just got to his inside and just couldn't keep it held there, and it just slid up into his quarter panel and eventually.
Yeah, and
put
it's
him
tight
around.
quarters right there. I don't want to sit here and say that he pinched him off the corner, but it almost kind of looks like that's what the situation was there. The O2, even though he was holding his line, almost kind of looked like he might have pinched that 61 just a hair for the exit of the corner.
And while the 61 wasn't really there in the entry in turn 1, he got a really good run in the middle and the exit, and it just, obviously for whatever reason, just couldn't hold that line there, and the O2 didn't really give him any additional space. Honestly, I just gonna chalk it as a race incident, really.
All right, everybody, before we go to a quick commercial, for everybody here at All-Star 15 TV and everybody on the racetrack, the Thunderstorm League of Racing, want to give our biggest heartfelt condolences to everybody in Nashville right now with what happened a couple days ago. Shouldn't happen. really shouldn't happen. We should be past this as a community, as a nation. But unfortunately, it seems that we're still going through it. But it sucks. I know it. I'm getting tired of saying thoughts and prayers, but unfortunately, right here, broadcasting this race, that's unfortunately all we can do. All I can say is mental health needs to be looked into a lot harder, and it should be looked into a lot harder. And, you know, we're going to take you to a quick break, but as we go to that break, we're going to have a quick moment of silence.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back, everybody, and we got some fun scheduled for you on this restart. We don't do it a lot, but we've gotten some really long green flag runs. We're looking at just about 30-ish laps to go. So, Gary, what are we going to do here? Okay, Peyton, what are we going to do here?
Well, we're gonna in 2 laps. Well, after this green flag extension, we're gonna probably do what I like to call crank it up.
I can't wait for that. It's always fun to hear the sights and sounds of these Xfinity Thunderstorm League of Racing vehicles get right around this track. It's gonna be nice, but fortunately we are holding it another lap because I thought we were going green there.
Yeah, it looks like Administrator Noah Wilson there added an additional lap. Not sure if it was an accident or because of the wave around cars not getting to the field in time, but we're going to go green this time by, though, so...
Yo, come on, Noah.
Yeah, and I think we're just wanting to make sure everybody is all together here. There's going to be a lot of cars on this inside line here for this restart.
Yeah, it's almost go time.
This extra lap gives everybody at home to get their, get a set of popcorn, get a drink, because crank it up is going to be exciting.
I mean, I got popcorn, but I can't eat it. You'll hear it.
I meant to say crank it up, but I totally, dozed off and, spaced it right there. Sorry, ADD brain.
It's okay, Gary. You're just so happy that this is the racing that we've wanted all season. In the last 2 races, we've gotten it.
Yes, sir.
You're just
Absolutely.
so excited on it. That has to be it. Well, got the iRacing official pace truck in 3 and 4, currently being led by Harrison Chandler, Alex Anderson, Landon Williams, Michael Eckhart. Your first 2 rows, and we are green, and it is time to crank it up. everybody, we are back, and boy, did stuff happen on this restart as we went to a crank it up. Peyton, take it away.
Yeah, well, everyone's having some frustrations on the restart there. If you go back a little further here, watch what happens. Let's get to the leader of Harrison Chandler here in that 20 car. Watch that pace truck as it pulls in. Now, what we've been seeing during the race has been, we've seen Chase Schaefer been going on the Geico restart zone, but the official rule there, as you see, is that as soon as the pace car goes off the field, you have the right to just start going. And that's what Harrison Chandler did. The rest of the field there just didn't really know that was happening, and all basically got messed up there. Ian Slager, Dalton Fredericks, both received black flags for going too soon. Those black flags got cleared because in the official rule book, you can go as soon as the pace truck pulls off the field. Seems like some guys knew it, some guys didn't. The leader knew what to do. He did it correctly according to the administrators. That's the rule is correct. The restart is fine. Might be some review after the race. There's still some arguments, but frustrating for sure there.
Now, Gary, you're doing some deep diving. What are you finding?
Well, I normally don't argue with administration because that's not what I typically do. What I'm seeing here is on the initial start of the race, the leader goes on green. The leader can go anywhere in the restart zone. It does not say leader can go when the pace car dives off of the racing surface. I've looked everywhere in this rule book.
So it sounds like there's a gray area that needs filling.
Yes. So I'm looking here in other spots of the rule book, and nothing says go when the pace car dives off the racing surface. So, there's definitely going to be a big review after this race.
Yeah, Eckhart is saying that they'll look at it after the race. Eckhart obviously became race control last week. Currently driving in this race, however. Noah Wilson and Chase Baker are the two race control members currently overseeing the race tonight. So obviously there's some frustration there with some of these competitors. But yeah, I mean, gray area that definitely needs to be filled, Gary. Not sure not sure why we're having this confusion in season 5 of this series, but you know, better late than never, I suppose, for a rule like this.
We have a great battle for second between Landon Williams and Chase Schaefer right now on track.
Yeah, Chase is going to get to the inside.
Now it's go time. We are 20 laps to go.
Schaefer just pulled a little bit of a slide job right there off turn 2 to clear Landon Williams in that 88.
Landon's not going to let him go so easily.
Sure. Yeah. Landon is one of those guys. He's not going to let that crap go very easily, like you said, Peyton. He's especially this late in the race, so he's going to try and stay with him here and possibly take that spot away. And now they're both setting their sights on that 67 of Alex Anderson.
Alex Anderson with a great run up 7 positions, started in the 8th position, and holding serve up front. Peyton, what do you got?
Well, I'm just talking about that. You know, it's a great battle we have because these two guys have been the class of the field all season with Zach Murtis, and this is a good battle for points too. Landon currently holds the points lead, but coming into this race with 133. Chase Schaefer is 2 points behind, so you know this could be the battle for the championship lead coming out of this weekend.
And Thunderstorm League of Racing does old points. Gary, what does that mean when it comes to the old NASCAR points?
There's no playoffs, so whoever scores the most points after 12 races is the champion. Now, I think they do modern points. I think it's like, look at the rule book here real quick.
Like the 43, 45 stuff?
Yeah. I don't see the point system in here. So I believe it's like 45 for a win, 43 for second, so on and so forth, all the way down to last, which I believe is 1 point. So
I don't think they're worried about having a rule for points. I think they have the computer do it all themselves.
Yeah, they do it all on Sim Racer Hub. I'll go check the points real quick. You guys This is a pretty entertaining battle for the lead, to say the least.
Yeah, you got River Page has now joined these three up front, so now we're going to have a 4-car battle for the lead
Holy
here.
cow. But right behind that 4-car battle, Sam Hines and the 29 of Harrison Chandler side by side exiting turn 2. Schaefer, I think, wants the lead here, putting a lot of pressure on Anderson.
Anderson's doing a good job, not really letting up so easily here. He held off Landon Williams for a good chunk on that last run there before he ended up giving up third place to him. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, the 99 gets right over to the bumper of that 67. Oh, and he pushed him a little bit, I think, but he chases up the track himself.
Yoo-hoo, I am here.
Here comes
and that
River
gives Page
Page.
an opportunity. He'll get right into the inside of Landon Williams here. Landon gets squeezed out, but he's on the outside of Schaefer.
What a battle right here.
Yeah, here comes Schaefer back down to the apron
Right to
again.
the apron. Ooh!
Ooh, it's kind of scared the 67 there a little bit.
Scared all 4 of us.
Oh, River Page drove it in deep right there.
Yeah, he did. He drove in balls deep. Can I say that on TV?
Sure, go for it. I don't care.
67 gets the run off the outside going into turn 3 here.
Look at Landon just sending it in on the top side right there.
This is great action for the lead late in this race.
I haven't seen a good race like this since the 04 spring race at Nashville in the Busch cars back in the day. Had that five-car battle, and Michael Waltrip pulled it out of his ass to win here.
Thump.
We might be
And that
setting
was
ourselves up
Michael
for
Waltrip's
the
last
scenario.
NASCAR win.
Oh,
River
Page!
Page! 88 and 89. 88 got the worst of it.
Oh, he's in the wall. Uh-oh, Landon.
Landon ain't happy.
Landon was trying to get back to him. So to answer your question about the points, 50 points to the winner, 48 to second, 46 to third, 44 to fourth.
Here it is
And then
again.
it's 1 point increments afterwards.
Landon giving him a lot of room.
Yeah, Landon is still not happy.
Oh, it looks like the 89 just gets loose and tail smacks the 88.
River Page tried to apologize, but, you know, Landon is not the one to take that so easily. And this kid has made a lot of mistakes in these early part of the season. You know, you can only apologize so much for you're just going to start getting retaliation. So, and look at this battle for the lead here. Chase is pushing on that 67.
Sure is. He's going to send him probably here into this next corner. They're going to be side by side again. Not quite.
Anderson was throwing the block that entire front straightaway right there.
Landon Williams shuffled all the way back to 6th place there.
I'd be begging too. Oh, sorry. That was out loud.
I wonder if this lap traffic ahead of these drivers are going to
There is a little bit. So you got the 16 here of Kyle Ether. He's already 4 laps down. He'll go 5. I think that's it though for the lap cars. I mean that's really it. Just Kyle right now, and they might catch Ted Decker, but that's a long shot. Here's the 67 and 99. 67 diving down low.
What a block.
He's just going to
What
keep pushing
a
him all the way
block.
down the
I
track.
thought he was going to get turned. I ain't even going to lie to you. Here they
Oh,
come.
he gives him
Oh,
the
he
bump.
bumped him.
There's a bump. It's going to help the 67 more than it helps the 99, though. Coming down the backstretch, another block thrown by the 67. Here comes the 99 to the high side. He's going to try and make that high side work.
Oh,
He's
watch
gonna
him
come
make
back.
it stick, though.
Here
Oh,
goes the
he
99.
gets
There he goes. What a sing. Oh, he's
Oh,
into the
hard
fence.
on the wall.
Into the fence
Oh, watch
hard.
out.
Caution's going to
Watch
come
out.
out. Wow.
You knew that was going to
Holy
end in a wreck
cow.
somehow, whether it was the 99 or the 67. And when the 99 went high and that 67 dove it low, there was
It
no
was
way he was
all
going to
over.
make it stick.
As soon as I saw that 99 go to the outside, I knew it wasn't going to end well. Because that guy on the outside, especially in 3 and 4, all night has gotten the short end of the stick just about every single time.
Oh. I think it's fast repair time with the 99. That's going to work.
What an incredible race up to that point, though, guys. That was incredible.
Well, that's going to bring everybody down pit road.
Oh, the leader has a black flag for passing under yellow.
Hey, how does that work?
He passed the pace car before he got
Well-
into pit road.
We will have to let me double check on that.
I'm gonna go back and see that because that's
No, he did. He's at
He
the
got
quarter
a
panel of
flag.
the truck right here. He gets ahead
goes,
of the
yeah.
pace truck going into the pits. That
Oh
black
my
flag,
goodness.
even though it was clear, should have stood because you're
Wow, they
not
cleared
supposed to
it.
beat the pace car going into the pits. That has happened to me on several occasions.
They had Kurt Busch had that penalty 1 year too, in real life.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. You can't do that. I believe from what I heard Noah say, I think he said he's still going to give the 67 an EOL. I think. Don't quote me.
I think with iRacing though, if you get a penalty, a black flag under yellow, that's still gonna give you that penalty, whether it's end of line or something else. I think he's gonna still go to the end of the line.
Once you get cleared, unless it's a black flag for repairs, once you're cleared, it's cleared. But yes, I do think it does cost you your track position. We'll just have to see how iRacing scores it. But yeah,
It doesn't matter.
nonetheless.
He was given an end of line.
There we go. Yep, there's the end of line.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
a
he's still going to get
heartbreaker.
the end of line for passing under yellow, but instead of him serving potentially a green flag passer, which would have been under the iRacing code, he's just going to get an EOL here.
Actually, not even for the pace car. The end of line was given due to the wreck with the
Because he
99.
caused the incident? Oh.
Chase Baker said it was for the wreck with the 99, but the 99's in third. It was that chalk that as a racing incident.
Yeah, late in the race like that, and I think Schaefer was even trying to plead his case for the 67 as just a racing deal at the end of the race. So, gonna be interesting here these last few laps.
Oh,
We're
man.
coming down to about 5 to go.
This is getting weird, Gary. Noah Wilson just said, hold your position, Alex. So, throw everything away. We don't even know what's going on right now. They're telling
I think
Alex
they're gonna
and the
clear all
line.
black flags.
What is happening right now?
Everybody's going to need a black flag cleared if this is the case, if he's being told to hold his position.
This is just incredible what's taking place in the last 5 minutes here.
I think we just take the rule book, we throw it out the window because F the rules tonight, apparently. We're just going balls to the wall with decision making here. You got one guy doing one thing, one guy ruling another thing. I don't even know what's happening
The left
right
hand
now.
doesn't know what the right hand is doing. I think that's what's happening here.
yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I am beyond confused with everything going on.
And look who's in the lead after all this crap happened. The guy that went right after the pace car pulled in on the last restart, Harrison Chandler in the 29 car, is back in the lead with on lap 102. We've got what, 5 to go?
Yeah, 5 to go.
5
here,
laps to go. Chandler is the leader again.
And it'll be 4 to go when they take the green.
Oh. Driver,
This is insane.
the drivers are
The
wondering.
drivers
what
are so
race-
confused as well.
Yeah,
and this is,
they're running
and this is the
green.
frustrating part of the as a driver. You just, yeah.
It's all in the heat of the moment too, you know.
Sounds like race control is going to clear penalties after this restart here. Oh, we got wrecking
Yep.
under yellow.
Oh, fancy.
Who?
Fancy schmancy.
It's in toward the back there.
Must not have saw it.
It's like Devon got into the back of somebody.
I think
Oh,
Chase
there-
said restart zone on.
Yeah, there's a lot of, we're just here.
All right, let's see what happens here. I think Chase said restart zone is the actual rule. We'll see what happens. Pace car is in.
They're going to go with the restart zone.
Insane.
Green flag one more time. 4 to go at the line.
I think he got a push there from River Page. Good restart there from the 29 and the 89.
Oh, River's going to go.
Three
for
And
the
it is
wide.
three
right.
wide into one.
Oh,
And pushes the
through
67 wide.
He gets booted out of the way. Here comes the 88 on the outside. Here comes the 99.
Can
Here comes the
Harrison hold
71.
on?
He's going to dive it down low.
You know River Page is good on the short run.
he's
three
really
wide
good on the
behind
short
them
run.
for
He's going to
fifth.
boot this 29 out of the way to win this race. You can count on it.
Oh, contact! The two car in the grass.
Dusher in the grass. The 12
Nice
spins
save,
out.
nice save.
Everybody saves it. We're still green here.
Here comes River Page. He's to the inside.
River Page
He's
to the
gonna have that.
inside. 29 upstairs. Is he going to make it work? No. He's going to do a
Crossover.
crossover.
Oh,
he gets
crossover on the
wide.
block.
The 89 does a counter block. Here comes the 29 on the high side.
3 wide. Here comes the 67 to Anderson.
Here comes the 99 going for second. Battle for second. This is insane with 3 to go. 2 to go at the line.
Oh,
71 in the
71 in the
fifth.
wall.
61 corrects to everybody.
and Wrecking
Oh,
Peg.
turns around. Yellow's
Two
out.
flips. Green, white,
Cars
check.
in the grass. What is happening right now?
Pure chaos with just laps to go.
Zach Deuscher just said on radio, this race is an effing joke. What? Let's go back and see what happened here. Unreal. 71 gets in the wall here, and just calamity behind them. Everyone just check it up. 45 in the O2s. Looks like 61 there.
The L2 about flips over right there.
Yeah, you know, Sam Hines just gets into the wall there. Looks like Hughes just gets loose, and the O2 just checks up, and Dawn just pile drives him. And everybody's just got to find their way somehow around him.
Man, I really hope Landon gets a top 3 so he can talk.
I mean, it's
You know,
gonna be
Landon
less
Williams
than
is
2
not
V.
afraid to... Landon Williams is not afraid to speak his mind there, but go back a couple laps earlier. You know, there was contact with him and Zach Deuscher. It sends Deuscher all the way into the grass. Is it Deuscher?
Deuscher, you are correct.
Deuscher, yeah. If we go back to lap 105. Actually, no, it'd be a little earlier than that. I think, let's see here. Lap 103.
Oh, we're wrecking on a yellow. River Page got taken out.
What has happened?
River Page just got taken out.
I didn't see River Page. River Page didn't get taken out.
It was a 99,
it was
and regardless, I believe we just have the wild, wild west. That is what
The
we have come to, folks.
16
Removed from the race.
just killed the 99 and disconnected.
No, he got removed. No, he disconnected. You're right.
He disconnected.
Well, he got disconnected before he got removed.
16 got mad, I guess. I don't know what's happening here.
Sorry for saying it was River Page. I just saw a red car out of the corner of my eye.
Car and oh my God, wow.
That was bad.
That was very bad.
That might have been one of the worst things we've seen on All Star 15 TV.
Well, he just
Yeah.
had, I want to say, 17 people watching between YouTube and Facebook. I hope he realizes he just had 17 people watching him intentionally wreck a car.
Yeah.
So outside of the 21 people in this race, if any of those 17 have an iRacing account, he might be in a lot of trouble.
Though Wilson not happy with the drivers in this.
Well, and the drivers aren't happy with the officiating. We'll just put it that way. I think there's an equal frustration here.
I agree with you there. Looking at that, looking at the 16 there, it definitely looks like he turned it right purposely. The wheel went right and the gap pedal went down. There was definitely intention involved there. No issues like we saw with Michael Eckhart a few weeks back, I think at Rockingham. So not entirely sure what's going on here. This race seems to be a madhouse.
Do we even know?
Are we at Bowman Gray or are we at Nashville? I'm confused.
Do we even know
Is there a
what
full moon?
restarted that between the 16 and the 99? Do we even know what happened originally between
I'm
them?
not even entirely sure.
I couldn't even tell you. I'm not sure, Mike. That's I don't know.
That was just incredible. I couldn't believe that actually happened.
This
And
is
here
incredible.
And here I was saying it was somebody else.
This is incredible.
The 16 on Discord
what the heck
is
does
saying
Kyle
something
Petty have to
about
do with
The
it?
Rock. I don't know what The Rock has to do with anything here. Dwayne Johnson doesn't even participate in this.
I love The Rock.
Kyle Ether said on Discord to justify his reasoning, I've seen plenty enough BS in the last 2 races I've been able to make that I've had enough.
Yeah.
He goes,
I definitely
zero
understand.
control. I
mean,
do believe that
the
was
last
intentional.
race I thought was really good at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Outside of the issues that happen at the end of every race.
This is nothing like we've seen before, though, AJ.
No, it is not.
Now we have to focus our here for green, white, checkered after all that calamity that we just saw.
I'm tired.
And we're going to see more aggressive racing now between the 99 and 89 for the
Well,
win.
the 16 got his a little while ago because apparently there was beef between him and the 99. The 88's still back here, and I think he still has a little bit of beef with the 89. So, gonna be I'll just shut up.
Well, it's time to strap down your big TV or monitor
or your monitor,
and go for a ride.
This race has been insane. First of 3 green, white, checkered attempts, if I'm right, guys.
Yes, three GWCs. They
And
didn't mess
through
that up.
all of this crap, the 2 teammates are still 1 and 2. River Page and Chase Schaefer, with Harrison Chandler behind, and Landon Williams.
Well,
and
the
Alec
99 has a
Anderson.
little bit of nose damage from that caution, so we'll see how that affects
There it
his
is.
car. Green flag back in the air. We have wrestling over everything overtime. Did I say that right?
I think so. I think it's wrestling over there in overtime.
Well,
They
that's the credit
They
one.
get the white
Oh,
flag.
Harrison makes contact with Alex. It's a little loose.
3 behind them. Here comes Schaefer onto the back bumper. He's not going to do anything to his teammate, though, right?
I don't
We've
know.
seen crazier things happen here tonight. Here comes the white flag. White flag in the air. We're going to make it. Next flag ends the race.
Murtis is in the wall behind him.
Oh, big crash.
Oh,
Goister's
Schaefer
in the wall. Goister's in the wall.
Schaefer scrapes the wall. O2's going everywhere.
Goister's in the wall.
We got cars overheated. We got drivers overheated.
And through
If
it
you know,
all,
you know
River
what I'm
Page-
talking about.
Through it all, River Page has held his composure, holds on to the 99, and he'll lead him out of turn number 4, AJ.
And around to turn 4, coming to the start-finish line. It's going to be River Page winning at Nashville.
And they're wrecking again into turn 1.
Oh,
Going
my
around. Alec,
God.
Ian Slager around. Eckhart's around. Unreal. What a race.
What did we just witness?
I think we witnessed one of those demolition derbies you see at some football stadium.
I think we're Bowman Gray. Seriously.
I think we might be
I
at
think that's
Bowman
where we're
Gray,
at. Yeah. River Page celebrating like there's no tomorrow. Look at that burnout.
As he
I
should.
think this is his first win here in the TLR. So
It is.
His
His
teammate,
Go ahead.
I was going to say his teammate Chase Schaefer manually disconnected right away.
yep, he is
Can't-
done. But we have interviews here. Hopefully, maybe not.
You can't blame him though for that though. This is River Page's, I think, first full season in the Thunderstorm League of Racing. Good race. His third start this season. Ends with a win. Great job for River Page. Him and Chase Schaefer have been a really solid team throughout this first 3 races. And it makes sense. We've seen him take the checkered flag and go into victory lane. And I do believe hopefully we'll get some interviews here with that. AJ, your thoughts?
Well, we gotta wait to see who's gonna join the waiting room to talk to him. But I think my thoughts need to be held till after we hit cut. So it was a fun race for the majority of it, but there is an easy point in time where we saw everything just go from there. But congratulations to River Page as he's joining the waiting room. River, congratulations on your win tonight. How does it feel to win the Smashville 140?
It feels good. I just I knew it was gonna be between me and Chase, and just hoping we could race it out. But unfortunately, I don't know what the lapper was doing. That's really terrible that Chase had to finish the race with a damaged car and burnt up tires because of that. But it feels good. I was the second fastest guy all day, and just because of the little strain of incidents at the end, I was able to get ahead of Chase and kind of saved me. And I knew if I got around the whoever stayed out, I think Harrison Chandler, who stayed out or took 2 tires, just as long as I got around him, I'd be able to get to the lead. And yeah, I just was able to hold off Chase, especially after he had all that damage.
So with the 110 laps that we ran tonight, you were up close towards the front for the majority of it. How'd the track feel? Because outside of the issues we had later on in the race, how'd it run tonight?
It was tight, and especially with this track, it's normally pretty single lane, but I mean, you really, until you got on really old tires, just couldn't make any line other than the bottom work. So it was kind of bottom feeding, but if you're able to make the apron work, you could enter it a lot lower or a lot higher. So there was some variation in line, but it was just have to run the bottom, and it was pretty tight. So there was not worry about having any throttle control whatsoever. So I was just able to get the power down, which was nice. But yeah, it was just pretty single lane.
Guys, got anything else for our race winner, River Page?
Kansas next week. How do you feel?
I'm not the best with this car at Kansas, but it's a lot of fun, so hope I can do good there. Normally, I'm pretty alright the 1.5 miles, especially just racing in this league in general, with Kentucky and all. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
River, is there anybody you want to shout out for your victory tonight? Family, friends, sponsors?
McCody Setup Shop and Schaefer and Mason Moriarty and Alex Anderson for being in the VC with me and racing me clean. I was battling with all 3 of them throughout the race, so it's fun. Yeah.
Congratulations on the dub. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Catch you later, dude. All right, that was River Page. We're gonna talk to Chase Schaefer right now if we got him.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, Chase Schaefer, how you doing, dude? Can't believe all that crap happened at the end of that race, but overall, still a great race for you, coming home P2.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really be mad at Anderson. I mean, it was just a racing incident. It's whatever. I mean, I'm still a little upset at it because that's a race that we didn't win. But I mean, I can't really be mad at it. P2. I got someone was not too happy with me from Rockingham, which was reasonable. So that was the person under caution, which I mean is fine. I kind of deserved that. Rockingham was a shit show on my part. But overall, I just didn't finish it out. I could have. I hit the wall on the last lap going into T1. If I could have, I really didn't want to give the bumper to anyone, but that was probably going to be my only chance. So yeah, I mean, I don't really think there was anything else I could have done that race besides kind of mess up the pit strategy when that first yellow came out. After the pit cycles, I didn't realize how I had like almost everyone was a lap down, and so I could pit for tires. So I waited around before we went in, so we lost those 3 spots. So if I wouldn't have done that, I would have been first and probably just been able to walk away with it till the end. So it's whatever. We're so competitive, so I can't really be mad. I got a refresh for my brand tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Go follow at Monster Designs _ to see that. And I mean, that's really all I gotta say.
All right, dude. Well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish. Guys, got anything real quick for Mr. Schaefer?
Kansas is the next race. What do you think?
Confident. I mean, I'm sure there's I'm sure there will be more competitive drivers. Like if River's still racing, if all the others are still racing too, they're all competitive. But I mean, all those mile and a halves I'm pretty good at, so we'll be able to get something done there hopefully.
Before I let you go, I mean, looking at your starts this year, I mean, you already have 2 wins, looks like, according to the Sim League Hub. I mean, and you won, and you're 2nd tonight. Going into this race, 3rd in the points, you're probably going to walk out here with the points lead, finishing ahead of Landon Williams, and that's got to feel good at some point, right?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to keep that going. Hoping that I'll be able to make all the races this season, since I haven't been able to with still just stuff going on outside of everything. So yeah, I can't think of it now, but yeah, hopefully I can make all the races, and if I can, then I feeling pretty confident at my chances. I haven't really been able to have a shot. I think last season, I think I was second in the wins. I think I had one, or I don't know how many I had last season, but I was up there. I had good points. I got top 5 after missing, I think it was 3 races. So pretty interesting. Pretty confident with the chances at a champ this year.
All right, brother. Once again, congratulations. We'll see you at Kansas next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right. First time talking to our P3 driver, Harrison Chandler. Harrison, congratulations on your 3rd place finish tonight. How'd the car feel, and how was it out on the racetrack outside of the complete shenanigans?
Not bad for somebody who forgot to qualify, started in the rear, still finished top 3 with 0 incident points. I cannot freaking believe it, bro. That was the most insane. From my view, I loved every second of it. I didn't have a problem with like anything. The yellows weren't that bad. There was only 4 cautions. That's honestly not that bad compared to other leagues I run. But damn. Talk about a talk about a lucky yellow. I knew it was going to come out. One of my main rules after being on iRacing for almost 5 years now. There's one rule during green flag conditions. Never pit early, because 99% of the time there's going to be a caution, and if you pit, you're going to be trapped a lap down, or you'll have to give the wave around and start at the rear. It's happened to me so many times, and I knew it was going to happen. I was like, I just gotta wait for it. And there it was. And that was the golden opportunity, to say the least. Had a lot of people really upset with me going really early on that restart, though. I heard in voice chat from the admins that it was green flag on the start, and then every other restart it was on leader. So I went as early as I could as soon as the pace car went down. So I guess I guess that was my mistake. I thought that was the deal because that's what I heard, but it wasn't. So I got a lot of people kind of upset about that. So I'll give my apologies there. If I knew that was the rule, and if they said go on the restart zone, I would have done it. And I did. I did it the second time when I took 2 on that late restart.
Yeah. Well, you got a hell of a jump there, and we have the rule right here. It says for initial starts and a restart rule. On initial start, leader must go on green, and then without saying, here's for the restart, it just says dash leader can go anywhere in the restart zone. I guess that's implied that is for the restart, since the top one above that says for the initial start. But hey, it worked out for you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this freaking say, man. When I started at the rear, I was like, okay, just gonna take my time, save my tires, because I'm at the rear. If I burn it up, I'm gonna get nowhere. I just need to keep everything as cool as possible. I pitted really late too. I just realized I topped off during the caution before that long green flag run, so I probably had about 10 laps more fuel than everybody did. That's probably why everybody pit. And then on Anderson and Landon Williams, that last restart, I thought I had a massive run on Schaefer, so I started to gas it in the middle of the corner, and then next thing I know, I'm plowing up next to the wall. I don't want to slam on the brakes because that will cause even more stuff, so I just start burping the throttle, and I saw Alex going to the outside, so I was trying to give him room, and I slowed down even more because of that, trying to like leave a lane up for him, and that didn't work. So my apologies for that last restart. I was the only guy, I'm pretty sure, who took 2 tires, because I thought for some reason, I don't know why, but here, for some reason, it's like very fresh tires are somehow worse than 10 lap old tires, which is just strange. I don't think I've ever had that happen before, but that's what was going on. So, because I pit on that last caution, I pit on that long green flag caution when the other guys who previously pit were a lap down. Oh wait, no, they pit too.
Well, Harrison, got any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go this evening?
No sponsors other than maybe my paint scheme shouting out to autism awareness. I have it myself, high functioning, along with Tourette syndrome and intermediate seizure disorder. I've always made it my goal to do the best I can. Like if I run a paint scheme or have sponsors, I want it to be for a cause, and that's always how I've been, and that's how I will be. Appreciate to everybody who has believed in me, has given me positive feedback, rooted me on, cheered me on, whether it be family or friends, all past, present, and future. And last but not least, this is the big grand finale. My sweet Pitbull Rhodesian Ridgeback mix that I've had for 9 years now. St. Patrick's Day is when I got her. Around Christmas time, I found out that she has bone cancer,
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Her name might be Lovey, but she is the toughest son of a gun I've ever met. She's a massive trooper. She has held on for so damn long, and unfortunately I have a feeling in these next few days she's probably gonna pass on, but I dedicate this fantastic race, this fantastic run, specifically to her. Thank you
brother,
for 9 years of.
We're always here with you. You know, I'm just a message away if you ever want to talk and all that stuff. I could just imagine.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, but thank you, Lovey, for 9 years of pure joy. You're the first dog that I've ever had through pretty much my whole life. I've had previous dogs, but they were before I was born. This was the first dog this is the first dog that I've seen their whole lifespan, and it's been I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say.
You're good, man. Well, we appreciate you coming up here talking with us. Congratulations on your top 3 finish. Hell of a run all night tonight. Hopefully we see you at Kansas next week, pal.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
See you later, man.
Yep.
All right, Gary, Peyton, Mike, got any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I mean, what an incredible race tonight, AJ and guys. That was wild. I couldn't believe the last half hour of that race. What happened?
Yeah,
Just so much action, so much drama. But it was a very clean race up until the last maybe 30, 20 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. That's literally what probably will change a lot of people's minds when they go back and look at it. Honestly, kind of the same thing happens in real life. You know, a great race can happen, and the last 10 or so laps can obliterate it. And I'm not going to be Jeff Gluck or Bob Pockrass and put, was this race good, on Twitter, because honestly, I feel like that is going to get dive bombed faster than Hogwarts Legacy did when that got announced.
I want to say this. I like what your comparison was compared to real life racing, because I kind of picture this similar to how the Cup race was we had earlier this week at COTA. You had great green flag run racing for the majority of the race, and then the last 15, 20 minutes or so, when going into the last 10 laps of overtime, the race just kind of goes off the rails. We saw that with the overtimes of the Cup race at COTA. We saw that really tonight here in the Thunderstorm League of Racing at Nashville. Just seems like guys really don't know how to treat each other quite right when it comes down to the nitty gritty. It comes down to those final moments, a lot of pent up pressure. And then we saw the race control just for whatever reason, seemingly making one decision and then backtracking and then making another decision, and rules just kind of getting maybe misinterpreted, thrown out the window. The drivers in race control are debriefing right now, so hopefully they'll get some closure. We'll be able to kind of close this chapter and maybe move forward a bit better going into the next race. But yeah, quite an adventure we've had here tonight, gentlemen.
Gary?
You're so nice, Peyton.
I'm a professional.
You're a professional? I'm not. So, that was probably some of the worst officiating I've ever seen. And that was probably some of the worst driver temperament I've seen on this channel. And, that I know I'm a broadcaster and I'm supposed to be partial to when I say things and call it like it is, but them basically throwing away the rule book tonight, we've seen a lot of the admins' true colors, and when the drivers try to hold the admins accountable, they get told to shut up, and that's not okay either. So it's ridiculous, and I hope they come to a conclusion. If they race next week, great. I'm looking forward to it, but this needs to be cleaned up, and it needed to be cleaned up the last week and yesterday and the day before.
I mean, it needed to be cleaned up after Daytona. Is really what it needed to be.
I'm trying to be nice, Peyton. I'm trying to be nice.
80% of this race was fantastic. 80% of it.
Yes.
And then the officials up on the tower decide to cut their heads off and let them be on the floor and bleed out.
But before we go on rambling,
I'm done.
We're gonna cut it.
Other than that, race was great. I'm out of here.
We're gonna cut it here. We'll see you guys next week at Kansas. Stay safe, stay cool, don't do anything stupid. Peace out, everybody.
Take care.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.